All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Akim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And pretty much, with this whole transition of power from, the left, to the right, concerning the Republicans and Democrats. The Republicans are back in office. The people spoke, and they pretty much they got their so-called savior, in office. And pretty much, people are under the guise of believing that the golden age is pretty much coming back. The old hunk of the earth. Esau, pretty much, the glory days of the 80s, when Reaganomics was pretty much, bringing economic prosperity to the country. People were thriving economically. Esau pretty much as a whole, as a people, they pretty much, their wealth had increased immensely. And pretty much now the sentiment is to pretty much go back to making America great again. And that was a great time in their history, but the Lord pretty much got this man in the trick bag. And what's going to happen is these people are pretty much going to be caught with their pants down, so to speak, because the Lord is putting a spirit upon the kings of the earth, man. And the Lord is doing his bidding in the earth to bring forth the imminent destruction of Babylon. Okay? That whole, hunk of the earth, that David Hasselhoff spirit, the vintage sunglasses with the members only jacket. Okay, the great golden age of the 80s is not going to be. You see, this man pretty much his tab is pretty much up. All right, and it's time to pay. You see, remember that the Lord said, man, that this man is going to be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. Let's get that account in Genesis chapter 4. Start at verse 11. All right, and this is when pretty much when Cain murdered Abel, okay, his brother, okay, because pretty much Abel brought a much better sacrifice to the Lord, and Cain, as him being the wicked one, always tried to cut corners, man. To this day, this man cuts corners, and pretty much doesn't care about anybody but himself. You see? And right now the nations are mad. You see? But the account here goes to when after he had murdered his brother, the voice of Abel cried unto the Lord. And the Lord had asked him, what did you do, man? Okay, to that you murdered your brother, All right? But he said, right? Because of the blood of Abel cried unto the Lord said this, verse 11, and now thou art cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy land. So the land is pretty much defiled. The whole earth is defiled because of the blood that was shed, okay, from his brother. You see? And it says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, and a fugitive and a vagabond shall not be in the earth. Okay, and pretty much now, we're in the age now where, foods are not really foods. GMO is pretty much reigning supreme in your local markets. And you pretty much, man, we're eating out the foul bread against, along with these heathens, man. You see? So the earth is pretty much diminishing little by little, fruitful wise from the beginning. Okay? And it's got so bad now that a lot of the foods now are pretty much laboratory created. All right, and pretty much, and this is what is within his means of wickedness, man. Okay, and he has brought forth from the earth. You see, and it says, and Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face of shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. Okay, so this is what his pretty much his complaint was to the Lord for the punishment. Okay, all right, but the Lord pretty much put a hedge over this damn devil. Okay, and the hedge is pretty much wearing off now. All right, and pretty much one way it is wearing off. All right, well, let's get this in 15. It says, and the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Okay, and that mark is pretty much that distinguished indicator. Okay, which is pretty much that leprosy, so to speak. Okay, to pretty much identify Cain. You see? All right. So now the hedge has been set upon Cain. Okay, which we know to go to, fast forward into history now. Okay, is Edom. All right, but pretty much the hedge has been put upon him. So any man that put their hands on him or laid hands upon Cain, okay, will get vengeance from the Lord sevenfold. You see? And in that and two, he was reincarnated into Esau, to where he actually got his blessing. Okay, and his blessing was the force of the sword, to live by the sword, okay, and to pretty much occupy the fatness of the earth, and how he has done that. Okay, and now we're at the time of the end, that pretty much, the Lord is pretty much making inquisition of this man and his crimes, man. You see? All right. From there, let's go to get Psalms real quick. All right, bear with me. All right. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And the Lord's pretty much setting up his man in a snare. Okay, so and at the end of the day, man, we're voting for Yahweh Shai at the end of the day. And it doesn't matter about these psyops and everything else that we're seeing above and past that. Okay, any psyops that may be happening, the people being deceived. Okay, these are devices, okay, that he's using. He's going to be taking in his own devices, because these devices are going to put him in dire straits, so to speak. Okay, it says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. Okay, and this man is a very covetous man. Okay, he can't stop till he got enough. Okay, all right, with the slain on the earth. Okay, you see, and pretty much, the pride is coming back. You see these people when you go out and about, you can see that spirit of that pride coming back upon these so-called patriots, man. Thinking that they're going to be going back into their golden age, man. Okay, but the Lord is pretty much going to throw a spiritual monkey wrench into their whole program. You see, it says, the wicked, through his pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not under his thoughts. And this is how much the pride this man has been lifted up. The Lord in times past has had humble kings, okay, to make the kings pretty much reverence him in some degree, man. He did that to the king of Babylon, man, and Nebuchadnezzar, man. Okay, he had humbled that king, so that he recognized pretty much who was in charge, man. Okay, and that's Yahweh Bashim Abushai. You see, right? It says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far from out of his sight. And as for his enemies, he puffeth at them. Okay? And this man, he puffs at his enemies, man. You see? Okay, balance, because why? It's because the power is in his hands to fucking rule. You see? Okay? You see? We get a precept real quick. This is Psalms chapter 12, verse 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sight of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. You see? Okay? And that's pretty much, the sentiment, man. Okay? And by the way, this is pretty much right here. What you see here is Falco, DeFalco. Okay? Was an artist from the 80s. When pretty much, this was pretty much doing his little thing here. And this is who they pretty much idolized back in the 80s, man. Okay? This was their definition of what cool is, man. You see? Okay? And you see the sirens and flashing lights in the back, represent him being that damn, that fugitive, man. Okay? You see? But the Lord is going to take vengeance upon this man, and you've seen all the chess pieces being put into place, man. Okay? To pretty much orchestrate the downfall of this damn man. You see? All right? From there, let's go to Psalm 73. All right? This is Psalms 73, verse 5. Because pretty much from Asaph, okay, was pretty much saying that that he was envious at the foolish when he saw their prosperity, okay, but it says, right, pretty much that there was no bands in their hands, man, but their strength is firm, but it says, right, verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, and pretty much, man, they're not in any type of first and foremost, though, they're not the people because they're not under the curses, man. Okay, this man has free range to do what his will is in the earth, man, and pretty much the Lord is leading him to the path of his own destruction, man. Okay, you see, this man's wise counsel is pretty much going to fail him, man. Okay, but it says, okay, because of the fact is that they're not in trouble as other men, and they pretty much exceed accomplishments in the earth, okay, and are pretty much looked at as the sunny boy of the earth, so to speak, the darling of the earth, the hunk of the earth. You see, people want to emulate and want to be this man and want to be in this man's place. He pretty much, he has it all, man. And we're seeing the decline of this place rapidly, man. And this right here, this era right here, is going to be a thing in the past. As far as much as they want to pretty much bring it back, there's gonna be bigger fish for them to fry, man, before they can even try to even attempt to even get into these and have these glory days, man. Okay, but it says, therefore pride compass him about as a chain, violence cover him as a garment, and everywhere this man has went, destruction pretty much ensued. You see, okay, and the nations are pretty much getting hip to it, man. And the nations are pretty much banding together to come up against this place, man, as prophesied in the scriptures, man. You see? Okay? It says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their hearts could wish, okay? And they have plenty of resources, man, that they can fall back on, man, to pretty much make the ends meet, so to speak, man. Okay? That was the glory days, man. But now you're having your average Edomite, man, that's pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, man. Okay? All right? They're not far from the status of your average regular Jake out there, man. You see? Okay? But you don't never underestimate, okay, their resources, man. Okay? Because that's part of that privilege that they have in the earth, man. Okay? They pretty much start off with a high yield of credit, so to speak, man. Okay? You know, these people have a pretty much that pretty much had that head start, man. You see, okay. You know, and this man is continually being that fugitive, man, as you see here, man. Okay, right? All right. It says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, you know. They speak loftily concerning oppression, man. You know, okay, all right. They look down on the poor, man. You know, they actually persecute the poor. You see, you know, all right. Let's see this precept now. Let's see if I can get this precept lining up real quick. This is Psalms 53:1. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they have done about abominable iniquity, and there's none that doeth good, and there's none of them that doeth good, man. Okay, they practice the wickedness upon their beds, man. Okay, this man cannot even get any type of rest in ease until he have done accomplished some wickedness, man. Okay, because this man knows that he has a certain time to rule, man. But what he's trying to do is upset prophecy. Okay, all right, and the pretty much the unseen hand, all right, that's controlling the things, you know, behind the scenes, in front of the puppets that are put out there in front of the people. You know, they understand that. They understand the concept, man. They understand that the Lord is pretty much making inquisition in his place and returning. Okay, you see, they see it in the heavens, man. You know, this is why they have these conferences with the Congress and you know, these congressional hearings. You know, speaking about UFOs. Okay, all right, what they want to call you know, UPAs or whatever it is that they call it. Okay, but we know that they're ultimately the chariots of the Lord, man. You see? Okay, right? Right, and pretty much, man, you know, they've been pretty much you know, passing their wealth down, you know, and as it says in Psalms 17th chapter, you know, okay, they pretty much they give their substances to their babes, man. You know, so the wealth is pretty much passed down, man. You know, these people are prideful because why? It's because of the generational wealth that they have amassed, man. Okay, and these are ungodly people, man. All right, these people are not. The Lord's not in their thoughts, man. That's the scripture says, man. You know, okay. But what's going to happen is that these patriots out here, they're going to have to end up having to defend their savior, which is Trump, so to speak, man. Okay, because what Biden is doing now, okay, that whole administration that's in power right now is leading this man. He's going to inherit a full-scale war, man. Okay, so pretty much World War III has already had kicked off already, man. Okay, and it has escalated to where long-range missiles are pretty much you know, part of the arsenals that are being used. Okay, so now it's taking this war to the next level. Okay, so now maybe, you know, the morality of this place would pretty much you know, be on the rise to pretty much be more patriotic to fight for this country, right? You know, you gun-toting patriots out there, man. Okay, you know, it's time for you to defend your country and your sovereignty in the earth, man. Okay, because the forces that are stacked up against you, man, okay, are all ordained from the Lord. Okay, all right. And what are you going to do in the day of visitation, man? You see? All right. All right. From there, let's go to Jeremiah 51, verse. You know, this whole chapter is good, but let's go to Psalms Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 28. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. You know, and pretty much, man, you want to speak about Russia is the main leading the charge, man, with these other nations, man. You know, all these other nations are linking themselves economically, okay, and militarily, and pretty much are getting on the same page, and they're actually doing, you know, exercising drills together, man, preparing for this war, man. Okay, that will go down, man. Okay, and this is what these people are not understanding. Okay, you know, these people are in Wonderland still. You know, they only know things that are just put forth in front of them, man. You know, they live their life through the TV screen. Okay, so the TV screen is that imaginary world where it has the people hypnotized and deceived, along with indoctrinated. You see, but it says, right? It says, "And the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken." Okay? Our bands are broken, man. All right? And pretty much, man, the Lord is pretty much breaking this man down and these so-called warriors, so to speak. You know, the angry patriot. You know, the UFC enthusiast. You know, the pretty much you know, the gun collector. You know, these guys that pretty much amass all of these weapons and you mighty men of Babylon. Okay? All right? You're going to have to be using those weapons, man. Okay? And pretty much a lot of you people are going to be compelled to pretty much enlist in this war, man. Okay? You know that draft is coming, baby. You know? It says, right? "One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that the city is taken on one end, and that the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted." You see? Okay? So we're coming into that time, man. All right? To where that pride, man, is going to be wiped clean off their face, man. And this golden age is not going to be, man. Okay? You see? All right? The walls are closing in on this damn devil, man. Okay? And he can't escape it. It says, you know, "For thus say the Lord of hosts," right? The Lord of armies, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, okay, speaking about America, right? "It's like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of our harvest shall come." And we're coming into that time of harvest, man. Okay? You know, this man is pretty much ripe for the picking, so to speak, man. Okay? We don't speak about that harvest, man. Okay? Ripe for the picking, man. You know? And pretty much, man, you know, hey, you know, let me go grab something real quick before we get out of here. All right? I want to hop on that pretty much that last one. All right? Bear with me. Okay? All right? Let's go to and grab something out of Joel real quick, and we're gonna get out of here. You know? This is Joel chapter 3 verse 13. "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great." You know, this man's wickedness is great, man. Okay? All right? All right? And those thermonuclear missiles, okay? All right? Ultimately, man, those are the day of the Lord, man. Okay? All right? So now we start talking about nuclear, imminent nuclear war. Okay? We understand that that's representing the day of the Lord as well. Okay? Because the Lord is going to crack the skies simultaneously as those missiles are going to be shot. Okay? So when we start talking about nuclear escalation. We're moving closer and closer, you know, to the day of the Lord. You know, right? Okay, and this is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and the people, and there is none with me. For I will thread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Okay, that's pretty much coming from the Lord. All right, and the Lord is pretty much going to pretty much orchestrate this intimate destruction of this man. Okay, so the golden age that this man has had in the past is not going to make that comeback. Okay, and these people they're building themselves up with pride, and as the scriptures talks about, pride come up before destruction, man. Okay, all right. So this man's days are numbered. Of him being that fugitive in the earth, man. Okay? So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Shalom.